And we are recording. Hello and welcome to Questionable Humor. I'm Brian Leva.
And this is an intro. Also, my name is Steven.
Thank you. Today is our first podcast. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to talk about stuff and try to see the humorous side of things. But we will try to keep things a little serious, controversial topics, etc., etc.
You sound so official.
Thank you.
Good.
I've been practicing that voice all day, and I like it. Today, let's start about with something that's been happening out, sadly, in the suburbs. Somewhere where Hicks usually live. No offense. No. Oklahoma and shit. Have you heard of the game called
That was
Knockout?
mean. Yes.
For the people who don't know what Knockout is, it's basically it's a game, quote unquote.
Game.
Yeah, where kids go out in groups and they walk up to unsuspecting people and punch them as hard as they can and try to knock them out. Yes, that's right, people. We do that now. So
This is why we can't have nice things.
Definitely.
That's my catchphrase, by the way.
That's your cat. Okay, you're gonna take that one. All right. So basically,
Big laugh.
people hit teenagers actually, 16, 17, that have enough muscle to punch someone as hard as they can. We're not talking about other teenagers or people in their 20s. We're talking about elderly people in their mid 40s that they just walk up to behind them unsuspectingly and they just punch them as hard as they can. And there have been fatalities that have arisen from this.
You should point out though that the point is to knock them out. That's the goal.
Yeah, that's the prize. That's the prize? You punch someone
when they get hurt and then they fall down and they are unconscious.
Your prize is that you punch someone so hard that they didn't know they were going to get punched that they fall to the ground.
See, I don't.
Congratulations, you're an asshole.
Yeah. The thing with this is okay. There are other trends like twerking, for example, which although it's weird.
It's not even like
if you're black, it's kind of cool, because they have booties. But if you're a white girl with no booty, like Miley Cyrus, no. But in the grand scheme of things, although we may not like when somebody like Miley Cyrus twerks, or may not even like Miley Cyrus, we don't really like Miley Cyrus.
We don't.
But in the grand scheme of things, it's not really that big a deal. It's harmless, right? Whereas with a trend like this, people are getting knocked out, and some people
They're
are
being
dying.
Assaulted.
Well, yeah,
that's technically a crime.
How would you feel like walking down the street, like I'm gonna go get some food?
I'm gonna go get milk. I'm walking down and
Boom,
bam,
face.
just knocked out. Gee, like
dead, possibly.
Yeah, there was this one case where this kid punched a guy. He didn't go down, so the kid got angry and he kept on punching him until he died. He killed a guy because he punched him.
Knockout.
Yeah, that's the ultimate knockout, I guess. He punched him so hard that he died. I mean, where does the mentality come? I mean, why are we doing this, first of all? I don't know. You gotta give it a Southerners. They'll come up with like the weirdest game. First, they came out with cow tipping, which is impossible, by the way. You can't tip over a cow. It's impossible.
Yeah, like a fork.
Yeah, like a forklift, but like a grown boy, even a football player cannot knock down a cow. They're just too stable. There's like science behind this. I don't know it, but I know it's there. Science. This should be like the more you know logo just pop up now.
The more you do know.
Yeah. So, there is a study that sometimes boys especially will lose their empathy at a certain age and then it'll come back later. And I think that's what's happening with this game because remember...
I don't care about you.
Thank you. But you're still here, so it's okay. There was a few where you would punch each other in the balls and... I don't remember what the game was called, but it was about 2 years ago? What was that?
Tap sack?
Yeah, tap sack.
Something like that.
Where you would go up to your friend, punch him as hard as you can in the testicles, and then film it. I mean, it was hilarious to watch, but if you were the victim, it was it was painful. I mean, I haven't been punched in the balls, but
I've
I've
been
been
kicked in the balls.
really
Yeah.
like by who?
It was just okay. I was at soccer practice, and this guy had cleats on, and we were supposed to be like tossing the well, not tossing, but like kicking the ball back and forth. So this kid, right, there's a ball in between us, and we're really really close and everything. Instead of kicking the ball, he ends up kicking me in the nuts,
Wow, did it hurt?
really badly. Like it was full on kicking.
Yeah, I once got a pine cone thrown in
I
my
was like
nuts,
8.
but
I
that
shouldn't
was-
remember anything like that when I'm 8.
It's like no 8-year-old should be kicking the balls. It's just wrong. It's an American.
Oh yeah, soccer.
Yeah.
We mean football.
Football, American football.
No, it's not American football.
Football, yeah, but you said not soccer, so I decided to change it.
Whatever. Moving on.
Let's talk about. Well, you got a guitar there. Let's talk about music. How do you think music affects society, or, not affects? What's the word? And like changes it. How does it influence our society?
This will. Okay.
But I mean, it's
We already
like
came up with the question. We don't have to do a fancy transition. Do you want? Okay. Our second topic was do musicians contribute to society?
my answer is yes. I'll
I
explain
say
why.
okay. I say yes, but with conditions.
Okay, yes. Bands like top of my head, the Beatles, changed how we think music was because originally no one liked the Beatles, but then they caught on. Obviously, we still listen to the music, 30, 40 years after their time. So, their message was about love. Love is everything, and in some part they're right because you can't exactly buy happiness. You can be sad in really nice places, though. You can't be sad on a jet ski. I don't think that's, possible. But I feel like, bands like the Beatles, even Metallica has influenced, a whole
Dude, I'm playing.
new age of of music. It doesn't matter what genre, if you like it or not, but it's influenced somehow. Country has influenced a lot. Country's the most selling music, in the world. It's sold more than rap, R&B, pop, rock. It's kind of surprising. Think, oh, what country? What? What? No, it's the most sold music in the world. Yeah. Who do you think has influenced music?
I don't know. I guess okay. I'm in choir, right? And I guess this is a very very personal example, but I have a teacher, right? His name is Mr. Helm. Really cool choir teacher, right? And he's very very good at what he does. And the whole being singing in a choir thing is a part of me that I feel is very important because it kind of is a way where I can take out some of my negative emotions, right, and express them in a positive way. And I think that that's something which is really valuable. And also with music, regardless of whether you're listening to it or playing it, I think is very very soothing in a way. Maybe not to certain people, certain kinds of music like death metal, which may not be soothing to most people, right?
But some people express themselves that way.
Yeah. And with a lot of music, it's not necessarily about, okay, I'm going to make... It's not about directly contributing to society. It's about indirectly contributing by providing entertainment and decreasing stress.
To a certain crowd, I guess.
Well, yeah. So, if I were, to be a construction worker, right? And I have a 15-minute break, and I listen to music during this 15-minute break, and, before I listened to this music, I was in a bad mood. I wasn't doing any work. I was just kind of faking my work, right? And then I come back after that, and I'm in a much better mood, and I'm doing my work, which I think is a very realistic scenario, which does happen. Maybe not the exact example, but just the overall concept. I think that is very, very helpful because it increases productivity overall and efficiency in the economy. So
Yeah, they say that music can influence people to they can change your mood. Music can change your mood. You can be all depressed and then listen to some upbeat music, and it'll change the way you see the world at that current time and moment. Or you can just be really happy and listen to some sad songs and get reminded of something that depresses you, whether it be death, breaking up with someone,
Mm-hmm.
etc., etc.
I don't know. Music also, uh, in some ways, I wouldn't say that it's harmful, but I wouldn't say that it's productive. So, like earlier, I said yes, but with conditions. My conditions are, let's say you have, let's say you listen to a bunch of love songs, right? After you just broke up with somebody, that's good at first. Having something which will help you feel like there are other people out there who can relate to you and make you feel like you're understood and everything. That's nice and everything. But after a while, some of this music just makes you wallow in self-pity, right? And that's not productive. That's not helpful. And I think there's various circumstances with music where it's not really, being a positive.
Yeah, but sometimes you want
Maybe not
to
really
feel
having
that. Yeah, I mean, but sometimes people like to feel that tragedy. Like certain musicians will go through traumatic experiences in order to write their music so they can better express themselves.
Mhm.
Instead of writing a stupid song about starships or whatever.
Well, I'd say that but what I'm trying to say is I think that there are circumstances where music doesn't really contribute to society.
Yeah,
Well, it just depends on how it's used. That's why I say with conditions.
like even
I think overall, yeah, it does.
even like something like dubstep, it can have its ups and downs. Like unless if you're just listening it to just for the beats, but if you really think about it, it's an art. The guy put a bunch of random sounds together and made it a beat. From its base to its rise.
Wibbly wobbly. That's how it is.
Wibbly wobbly.
You didn't do it. Whatever.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm
Third topic.
not.
Third topic. Whatever.
What do you want?
Black Friday / Cyber Monday
Yeah, let's
/
Black Friday. Wow.
the day Martin Luther King saved us.
Is the day we go shopping for a giant TV. Because
No.
you don't save, let's say this TV was $1,000 and you don't buy it because it's $1,000, and all of a sudden it's $400 off. No, it's not $400 off. You're spending $600
Mm.
and something you really don't need. I mean, most people have decent TVs. Standard definition is fine. I mean, most people have a 32-inch plasma, right? I mean, unless you're like a serious.
Plasma is.
Okay, but most people have that. Okay, and unless you're like gaming or playing anything other than Blu-ray, you don't need like a high-end $5,000 TV.
But it is nice.
It's nice, but it's not necessary. It's one of those things that
But I
know.
okay. I have to agree with you though on the sense that Black Friday, you can sort of say that it's about saving money, and that's not really true unless you view it correctly, right? And you use Black Friday to your benefit. So, if let's say I wanted to benefit from Black Friday economically, what I would do is, like a month before Black Friday, I'd say, okay, here's a list of things which I want before any of the Black Friday sales go around, right? Here's a list of things which I want, right? And
Here's
at least
things you
at least a
can't
month
have.
before, right? No. Make a list of things which you want, which you get regardless of whether or not there's a sale on them for Black Friday, right?
Okay,
And if any of them happen to be on sale or have some sort of
it
condition,
makes sense to buy them.
yeah, then buy it then, right? But if you're not going to buy it in the first place, you probably shouldn't be out there buying it.
Do you really need 4 TVs at the price of 2?
Yeah, just use Black Friday to only buy the things which you buy anyways. But wait, you can wait until Black Friday.
Like,
to
let's
do
say
it,
there's
right?
let's say you're into let's say you're into a TV show, right? And sometimes those seasons cost like $70, about average for a season. And during Black Friday, they're like $10. And if you haven't seen the season, but it's out and you want to buy it, you just don't want to spend $70. That makes sense. But if let's say there's a sale on, burner discs or memory cards, unless you really need a 64, isn't it? Gigabyte, a little flash drive that you don't really need. It's just for $10. Why buy it? It's I have an 8 gig myself. I don't really use it because I save everything on my laptop.
It's Cyber Monday though, which is today. Literally filming this.
It's ending actually.
It's not ending for
Like-
us. Dude, I'm gonna go home and play that.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah.
I don't know. But anyways, with Cyber Monday, I think overall it's much better for the consumer than Black Friday. And the reason for that is that Black Friday is kind of based around, retail stores. And retail stores, if you don't know, typically are really bad places to buy most things, not all things, right? If you're going to buy food, go to a grocery store. Don't go on Amazon and try to buy food. It's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, you don't know where it's been.
But if you're trying to buy, an electronic like a new TV, go on someone. I'm not trying to sponsor Amazon, but I really like Amazon. Okay. Go to Amazon, right? Yeah, go to Amazon. Search what you want, right? Search, kind of narrow down your searches, maybe using like their various categories, and then sort it by average customer review. Go in, read the customer reviews, do all that. By the end of all that, you end up getting something which is probably cheaper, probably better, and an overall just better experience. It's much more convenient, right? You'd have to wait for shipping. Maybe there's, you have to pay for the shipping, right? But with all that included, you still end up saving money, and usually it's much more convenient, right? And you're much better informed. And so when you look at Cyber Monday, right?
There's a lot of sales on Amazon.
Well, yeah, and Amazon is already like, seeing an awesome sale at a store.
Yeah, they usually have like 20-30% off on Amazon on average, and now they have like 50. I saw something like 89. I think it was like 85% off, and it was a camera. It's like regularly $500. It was like on sale for like 40 or something.
Mm-hmm. And also, like it's I feel like it's a lot easier to find deals with Cyber Monday than it is with Black Friday. Because let's say you want to, you're trying to find a Black Friday deal, or at least you're trying to, get their special item, right? You see an advertisement, it's like, okay, the first 99 people who come into this store, or whatever, first for 99 people to purchase blah 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 TV,
this TV,
get it for 99 cents, right? That's nice and all, but
dude, really,
you're not going to get that. You're not going to. If you've seen Black Friday lines, you're not going to get
unless you've been waiting for like a week and you save like $50 on a TV, but you buy a tent that's like worth $300.
No, I mean, they'll have crazy sales, right, which will drive people in, and then people will go in and buy stuff anyways. Whereas with Cyber Monday, it's not really like that. If you look at the way it's run, it really is overall better for the consumer, and consumers are more informed, so it's much better economically.
Yeah, I mean, like, I saw, just me, that I got intrigued. There's a flash drive on Radio Shack that I think it was like, I want to say 32 gigs, and it's regularly $70. It was on sale for $10. I was like, wow, I'm going to go get that. I have $10. And then I'm like, well, do I really need one? I mean, what do I need those 32 gigs for? I mean, it's not an SD card, so I can't put it in my phone. And, I don't really carry much with me. I just email myself everything, and it's small files.
Yeah.
So then I ended up going, well, I don't need this, so I'm not going to buy it.
Well, I mean, I kind of agree with you there. With things like, especially when it comes to having something which is like kind of excessive for really cheap, I feel like that's something which a lot of people do. Like, if you have a computer, right, and you're trying to, with the whole memory thing, right, you're trying to get a computer with maybe like 2 terabytes for your hard drive, right? That's almost always overkill by a lot. Not necessarily.
Yeah, even if and especially if you get like a solid state drive.
Yeah, well, okay, with the solid state drive, I have a solid state drive, right? I only have 128 gigabytes on there, and I only use about half of it. So...
Yeah, see, you just have like regular files. I have like games and stuff on my laptop. And so if I were to get a solid state drive,
you'd have to get a bigger one.
Yeah.
But for me, I wouldn't have to. Why would I go out and buy 240 gig solid state drive if it costs an extra $70? That doesn't make sense.
Because it's like 1 terabyte solid state drive goes like for like what?
Although I probably could use a 240 gig SSD. Yeah. Because I have a lot of files which I have to store elsewhere and I have to delete them.
Yeah, but they get expensive after a while.
Still, it's expensive, right? At the time when I got it, it was. Barely under $1.
Aren't they like $1,000 a terabyte with solid state?
They're about $1,000.
They're about $1,000. I mean, it's like $1,000 for a
They were about $1,000 a year or two ago. Now they're less than $1,000 for that much, but still.
I think it's $700.
Something like that, but I got them when they were barely getting under $1 per gigabyte for the lower end ones, and that's when I got mine, right?
Yeah, unless you're like a serious hardcore gamer that you need that much memory, like the greatest graphic card, the new motherboard processors, and all that crap, you don't really need a terabyte of solid state drive. And Black Friday deals emphasis on big ticket items like that. You're not gonna find like small TVs or small computers. They're gonna have like maybe $50 to $100 off, but like a TV, they take off like $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that's an overkill.
Yeah. And also, like, one thing which you may not realize is that even with these crazy sales, they're often still making a profit. Not always, but usually. Even on the items which you'd assume, like, how can they be... Okay, electronics are really cheap to make. All things considered.
It's just that you're just buying a brand.
Well, yeah, in a lot of ways. But even for things which you wouldn't necessarily expect, you're paying a lot more than you should have to.
Like it's like you're not. It's like the TV's $5,000 and they reduce it by $1,000. You're not saving $1,000. You're spending $4,000. Like think about it like that.
Look at cables, right? You have a monster cable. Those are, I mean, they work, but they're
expensive.
$20, $30 for an HDMI cable, right?
It's kind of ridiculous.
If you go and you do basic online search, you'll find ones for $3, $4. They may not have a brand name.
I got one for $2.
Yeah, exactly.
Shipping was free too.
You can easily find. Yeah, you can easily find one for $3, $4, brand new. No, you don't have to go to eBay, right? If you don't like eBay, you don't have to go there. Go wherever, right? You can easily find one, same price. The only difference is, well, brand, really. Like, if you look at the way that, I mean, I'm a very technical person. I can tell you, the way the whole HDMI thing works, there's no need for a monster cable. They're not adding any technology. If the picture shows up on the display, that means that all of the information has been transferred because it's digital. If the signal were analog, it'd be different.
Some people just go. Oh, some people are ridiculous enough to wait in line for a week, miss Thanksgiving. I mean, turkey, dudes. It's turkey.
This guy wouldn't miss turkey.
I would not miss the turkey. I wouldn't. And there's like pies and stuff, and instead wait outside in the cold. And especially places like Las Vegas where
to get a
freezing.
99-cent TV, which you're probably not going to get. Actually, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, because it's not even like the first.
And then you're going to buy a bigger TV for like $5,000.
Yeah, I mean, why would you?
But hey, you got a TV.
Yeah, you got a TV.
No, you didn't save money.
You just waited in a line for a whole week. There's some people that like charge to wait in line for you. You can charge. I think they charge like $3 an hour. But for 24 hours or 5 days, think about it. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That you're spending on someone waiting in line for you. It's ridiculous. Crazy. And they also, it gets so crazy that they have cops posted at stores that offer Black Friday sales. Like, I went to Kohl's and there was like 3 cops right there waiting. And I was like, what?
They could be saving cats.
Maybe. Cats stuck in trees, by Kohl's. There's a lot of, trees by my Kohl's.
We have a Kohl's.
We have a Kohl's. And, I mean, who's going to wait in line for why does Kohl's have a Black Friday sale? First of all, I mean, most of their clothes is like 50% off all the time. And they have Kohl's Cash and like coupons.
We got coupons, we got Kohl's Cash,
they practically give the clothes away. I mean, honestly. Because, I look at the receipt and it's like, you saved $400. I'm like, what the? It's like, I just bought like 3 pairs of shoes and a couple of t-shirts.
Let's label the normal price as $100 and always sell it for $20 except for on one Thursday every month, and then we can say normal price. Woo!
Exactly. That's exactly what Kohl's does.
Advertising.
Yeah, they get like, it's not exactly like they're getting brand names too. They're getting like Jennifer Lopez.
Hey,
I'm pretty sure she like, I think like all the clothes they get, they like wholesale buy from other companies, right? Probably. I think that's what they do.
Probably. Honestly, it's just. Black Friday, not a big fan of it. Yeah. Cyber Monday, thumbs up.
I really don't care much for them because I don't spy anything. If I need something, I'll just go on the internet.
Steal it.
Maybe. If it comes to that. I never know when I'm going to need that new Call of Duty. Or, that new PC.
That new Wi-Fi.
That new Wi-Fi. Absolutely. But, I mean, most of the time, there's just random sales, and you just gotta look for them. You don't need to wait a whole year and miss turkey to buy a TV.
I'm gonna miss the 99-cent TV.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like every year they release a new generation of TV. It's the same thing. It's just shinier.
They added a button.
Oh, button? What? We gotta go get that button.
Hey, let's go. Stop recording. We gotta go get it.